Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kelly, and in today's video, we are doing another pick a card reading. Today, we're asking Spirit all about their honest and unfiltered thoughts about you. All of my pick a card readings are timeless, so whenever you come upon this video, a message will be ready for you. Before we begin, please give me a big like down below and subscribe to my channel for more pick a card tarot readings just like this one. If you're new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. These are the 4 piles that you can choose from. This is pile number 1 with the Amethyst. This is pile number 2 with the Hematoid Quartz. This is pile 3 with a blue Opal. And this is pile 4 with a green Calcite. I'll give you some time to start meditating on the cards and choose a pile that you feel the most drawn to. Please use your intuition when choosing your pile, and if you feel drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch multiple piles. There may be more than one message in this video for you today. After you're done deciding, scroll down to the description box or the pinned comment and click on the timestamp to skip to your reading. Tarot is an intuitive and insightful way to read the current energies surrounding a situation. If you ever hear something you do not like in a reading, please do not give up or get discouraged. Remember that you have 100% free will over your life and you can change the course of direction at any time. My intention with these readings is to help gently guide you to a better path for your mind, heart, and soul. So never get discouraged about what you may hear because it may end up being the activation you need to change course. With that being said, I'll give you some time to start meditating on the cards. You can close your eyes and hover your hands over the screen to see if you feel any sensations on a certain pile, or you can simply meditate on the cards and choose a pile based off of your gut feeling. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the Amethyst stone, this is going to be your reading. Let's go ahead and get right into the tarot cards. We got the Hierophant. We have the Conqueror of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords in this deck. The Three of Wands, the Six of Cups, the Six of Swords, and Strength. All right, so before we go into the tarot cards, let's go ahead and talk about Amethyst and what that might mean for you and why you chose this pile. So if you chose this Amethyst stone, I really do believe that they think of you as somebody who lives by your own values. This is somebody that even thinks that you are somebody they can learn from. They might feel that you're very wise and or consistent. The reason why I feel this is because the natural meaning of the amethyst stone. The amethyst kind of match these cards really well. So the amethyst stone usually talks about things like intuition, protection, tranquility. So you might bring them closer to their intuition, you might make them feel more protected spiritually or even more tranquil. Amethyst is related to the third eye and crown chakra, so it is a really spiritual stone that really helps calm the mind. So you could be somebody that really helps them with their spirituality and calming their mind. The amethyst's connection to the third eye and crown energy really mirrors how they might think about you, and really it mirrors their experience of you. So they believe that you are intuitive, self-possessed, and even divinely guided. This person really senses that your presence awakens their higher self. You are always encouraging them to reach for new heights and invest in self-growth. It also exposes where they lack discipline or clarity. You might stand for a calm wisdom and emotional self-control, which makes them feel both an admiration towards you and a longing for your steadiness. You have that all within you, and they would like to amplify those qualities in their own life. So for some of them, they may not see this in them, and therefore they see it in you. Maybe that's why they would like to gravitate closer to you. You might notice this person trying to get closer to you by talking to you more, reaching out to you more, or you might just notice them maybe watching you more intently. And with this amethyst stone, it really shows me that they perceive you as somebody that has a heightened intuition, and certainly somebody that has more spiritual knowledge than they do. Okay, let's go ahead and get started diving into the tarot cards. So first things first, we have the Hierophant right here, which is connected to Earth energy and Taurus energy. So you might have Taurus in your chart, or they might have Taurus in their chart. So they think of you as somebody that really lives by your own values. Definitely somebody that they can learn from. Again, you feel very wise and very consistent. You probably have a lot of self-control in your life because the Hierophant does talk about things like spiritual wisdom, direction, religious beliefs, conformity, tradition, institutions, education, and unity. So they could also think that you're somebody that brings unity within your group. This card really reveals that they think of you as a teacher or even a moral compass. You might represent spiritual structure or spiritual authority in their life, someone who really follows their truth rather than the trends that are currently happening. Your authenticity really challenges them to question their own beliefs. They may not have very strong spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs, and you really have them questioning those things in their life. They may really admire your discipline, but also feel like you hold them up to these invisible standards that they don't always currently meet. So this card really does set the tone. They see you as somebody very stable, possibly even a spiritual or moral influence in their life and in their overall story. So let's go ahead and move on to the Conqueror of Swords, which again is the Knight of Swords in this particular tarot deck. This card tells me that they think you're smart, confident, and say things that really stick in their minds. You might come off as very cool, calm, and collected, even serious sometimes, but they know you mean what you say. You're not somebody. So actually the idea of game theory is coming up for me right now. Game theory basically says that in any type of context where it's friendships, it could even be conflicts between countries. If one country strikes, you're going to give them the benefit of the doubt once. If they strike again, then you will correct them or you will attack back. So with that, what I mean is you might say very slick things back to them if they start giving you an attitude, essentially. And I definitely think that they don't want to try you. So they might have tried you here and there, but you clap back really, really quick and they stop that immediately. So they perceive you as somebody that's very articulate and sharp, someone that doesn't play games with words or emotions. There is a respect here, but there is also a hint of fear. They feel you can see right through them. The Conqueror in the title here, instead of the Knight in this particular deck, is really suggesting that they see you as somebody that's mentally strong, perhaps even intimidating in how you defend your truth. You might be somebody that also conquers everything that you set your mind to. And so that is something that they very, very much look up to and admire in your energy. So they really want to match your mental and intellectual level, and that desire keeps them close to you and keeps them striving. You are a true inspiration to this person. So let's go ahead and move on to the Three of Wands and what they might be thinking of you with this particular card. They think about the future when they think about you when this card comes up. They wonder what could happen between you two. So this can be any type of relationship. This could be a platonic relationship. This can be a romantic relationship. This can be just coworkers, friends, anything, family even. So with this Three of Wands, it really represents Sun in Aries energy. The Sun is very happy in Aries. The Sun is actually exalted in Aries. So this card is talking about progress, expansion, foresight, overseas opportunities. So this card really tells me and shows me that they imagine long-term potential with you, but from a distance. You have inspired them to look beyond their comfort zone. They may even feel like you're somebody that's worth waiting for or worth getting closer to. There is this admiration, but right now it's from afar. It's a sense of watching you grow while they prepare to meet you halfway or prepare to meet you at your level. They're really beginning to see possibilities with you that maybe once felt impossible. A practical way to explain this is if this is a friend you're speaking about, maybe you guys are not that close yet or you see each other very infrequently, so the connection cannot build. When they separate from you after a moment of hanging out or seeing you, you linger on their mind and they think about the possibilities of deepening a friendship with you, deepening a connection with you. And again, if this is romantic, you can just replace that with anything that is romantic. So maybe this is somebody that has went on a few dates with you, has not decided on you, but thinks about you often and thinks about a long-term future with you. So let's go ahead and move on to the Six of Cups. So you really make them feel actually nostalgic and warm inside. Maybe they felt they've known you before, been connected in a past life before. They feel very comfortable opening up to you because this card is actually Sun in Scorpio energy, and it talks about things like revisiting the past, childhood memories, innocence, and even joy. So they really do associate you with innocence and emotional safety. This card often signals soul recognition. They feel like you mirror a past self or a past life bond, as I mentioned earlier. I sense that they feel like you're the one who actually makes them remember how love should feel. It should feel playful. It should feel pure. It should feel like a real connection. And you really highlight that for them. It really shows me they feel like they're trying to move forward, but a part of them still looks back at you because this Six of Swords talks about a transition, change, rite of passage, or releasing baggage. So for some of you, this means that they are going through a certain thing where they're trying to release, and you bring a layer of calm to their life. So maybe they have some type of chaos in their life, but you bring this calmness into their life while they're in a transition phase. Again, for some of you, this could be a friendship, could be more romantic, but whichever it is, they really associate you with healing and emotional progress. Maybe they have seen you heal a lot, 11:11 on the clock right now, or maybe they've seen you make a lot of emotional progress. So they may be working through guilt, shame, distance, any of those deeper and darker lower vibrations, but they realize that this connection was put in their life for a reason. Maybe you are the one that inspires them to grow, and you even require growth from the people around you to stay connected to you. You see them as somebody that might pull your energy away or out completely if a person does not grow around you. So usually this card has a boat, and actually there is I believe a boat right here with people inside, showing the imagery of them going towards calmer waters. The boat imagery really shows a journey towards mental peace. You have helped them really start to understand what true emotional maturity means and true mental peace. So maybe there's things in their life that show chaos and not a mentally peaceful place, and you really inspire them to try to become more mentally peaceful. So that emotional evolution really builds towards the strength card. This is a recognition of resilience. They see you as somebody that's really strong, very resilient. So this is connected to Leo energy and fire energy. This card typically talks about strength, courage, persuasion, influence, compassion, passion, and even tension. So with this strength card, I think that you're strong. They also think you're tough and gentle at the same time. You can be somebody that really represents power and gentleness. So they see you as their anchor. You are this person who really tames their inner chaos without forcing it. Typically, this card in a more traditional deck will show a feminine being taming a lion or a fierce beast. You really embody this quiet courage, grace under pressure, and emotional mastery. Their honest thought is, you make me want to be a better person. That is some deep admiration right there. And for some of you, maybe this is even love masked as respect. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. The next card we got here is the Phoenix, transmutation, number 29. So maybe they have seen you transmute some very deep and dark things. Deep emotions, deep situations, deep relationships even. In simple terms, they have seen you change a lot. You became a lot stronger after dealing with something very difficult. You are really their symbol of rebirth. They have watched you rise from your own ashes, and it both inspires them and haunts them. They wonder how you were able to do all those things. How were you able to defeat all these demons, maybe even generational traumas that you were given? They sense that you've released the version of yourself that once potentially needed them or once potentially relied on them. And now you are really glowing with that self-trust, that self-confidence that is magnetizing people in. Their raw thought about you is, you outgrew me, but I want to rise too. You inspire me to rise too. So if this is a person that you have not talked to in a while, or maybe you're starting to get disconnected from this person, just know that they really look up to you. They may even be intimidated by you and your growth and your rebirth, that they don't know how to stay connected with you. So let's go ahead and move on. We're getting Flamingo. Wow, this card is stunning, beautiful. I really do think that they think you're beautiful as well. Look at this full sun starting to set in the back. So I feel like they just see that you are somebody that shines. Number 22 here, if that's significant to you. And it says Flamingo, balance and harmony. You are definitely somebody that brings a lot of balance and harmony to their life and to their energy and aura. When they think about you, they really feel, again, inspired by you. Every time they hang out with you, they really notice how balanced and calm that you seem. Even if things are really crazy, even if people around you are acting chaotically or crazy, it really feels like you don't chase or overreact anymore. So maybe they have seen you in the past where you have overreacted or reacted in different ways, but now you're mature, now you're calm, now you're spiritual, balanced, and in harmony at all times. And also with the imagery of this card, do you see how like a bunch of flamingos are around this main character here? They may even see you as a main character. They might put you on a pedestal so much that they don't even see themselves having the same light within them. The truth is, they can access this light within them as well. They just choose not to. So the flamingo is really showing me that they see you as emotionally mature, living with grace between the extremes. Your peace really feels earned because if they have watched you grow over time and seen this growth within you, I really do see that they felt like you worked hard on it and you earned it. They realize you're no longer operating from this place of chaos or overgiving. It seems like you really found this inner equilibrium and they are so inspired by that. I can sense chaos in this person's energy, that they're still dealing with chaotic things in their life. So this really makes them reflect on where they've lacked balance in their own lives. I want to give some affirmations for the flamingo. So for the flamingo, I would really encourage you to affirm to yourself, I live in alignment. I live in harmony. I live in balance. Those are the 3 affirmations I would recommend for this particular card coming up. Let's go ahead and now move on to the next card. We're getting, oh wow, another beautiful card. This is the Fox. It says focused and clever here and the number 12. So with the Fox, it really shows me not only are you a balanced person and have emotional intelligence, you're really somebody that is quite cunning because the Fox is kind of a cunning character. And that just means that they're very, very clever. So they think you're smart in a lot of different ways. Always one step ahead. Like you know what's going on even when you don't say it. There might be this psychic layer to your energy and they're starting to really be very intrigued on how you're predicting things before they actually come ahead. So they really recognize your intelligence and your intuition. The Fox archetype really mirrors how they see you both as a strategic and spiritually alert person. Someone that does not waste their energy. I want to go on a little bit of a tangent soon about energy waste because this is really channeling that for me right now. But essentially, you've really mastered detachment without losing any compassion. Their unfiltered thought about you would be, you see right through me. I cannot fool you. Because you're very focused, you're very clever. And now let's talk a little bit about energy waste since we're here with the Fox. So energy waste would be scrolling on your phone, having no control over that, not really feeding into yourself and allowing everybody to tell you what to do. A practical example for that would be if you have a ton of things that you need to accomplish in your personal life for yourself, such as just taking care of yourself, taking care of your home, taking care of your body and your mental health, you would always put that first before dealing with other people's problems. So maybe a lot of people come to you with their problems and they want to talk to you on the phone for like 3 hours straight. That is energy waste. If they are just constantly negative and want to talk to you on the phone for 3 hours straight about negative things, you just clip that. That is not something that you're open for. You are still compassionate towards this person. You want to be there for them, but you're not spending 3 hours dealing with their issues. Maybe you'll have a 20-minute phone call with them when they need it. You tell them what you feel. You don't need more than 20 minutes to give them that compassion. And then once you hang up, you've mastered detachment so you don't carry their energy with you. If anything, you even transmute the energy that they have, which may be a little bit of a negative energy, into your projects, into your health, into cleaning up after yourself. This is practical things. Energy is all around us. People that do not know how to control their energy, they waste it. And if they're going to be constantly wasting their energy and projecting energy on you, you know how to take that energy and transmute it. People are freely giving their energy away at all times. If you don't know how to control yourself when you're scrolling, for example, that's going to really show that you don't know how to really control your energy. If you're somebody that's still in school, for example, and you don't complete your homework, but you're spending hours and hours playing games, watching TV, scrolling on your phone, or any other type of energy waste, even arguing with people and anger is a total energy waste. If you feel angry, guess what? Go work out or go use that energy in a productive way. Arguing back and forth with somebody is a total energy waste. So I'm not sure why energy waste came up so heavily for the fox, but it really just shows me that there might be some type of energy waste coming from this person or you. But more so, I feel like it's from them, and they feel like you are somebody that does not waste that energy. That's what I'm really getting with the fox here. They may see you as somebody that, again, is very cunning, focused, and clever. So you don't seem like somebody that's going to waste your time. You may have even exposed or told this person that you don't really do things like scroll on your phone. Maybe you don't have a TikTok. TikTok is very addicting. One of the most addicting apps is TikTok. I do not have a TikTok. I have deleted that app. It is just really difficult to stop scrolling on that app, and they see you as somebody maybe again that does not have TikTok, or maybe somebody that just doesn't spend a lot of time watching TV. 2222 on the clock right now, and it really just shows me again that they're inspired by you. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We're getting addict. I'll read the light and shadow attribute and then I'll explain. So the light attribute says help you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Shadow attribute says compromises integrity and honesty. Allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Okay, with this addict card, I mean, maybe they are literally addicted to something or addicted to your energy, but what this is showing me based off the question we're asking, their honest and unfiltered thoughts about you, I actually believe that they feel hooked on you, like you're hard to forget. So maybe this is somebody that does not see you often or hang out with you often, but every one of your hangouts really lingers on their mind. Every single conversation lingers on their mind. They may be really addicted to your energy, to your aura. So on a deeper level, this archetype really reveals obsession or even an emotional dependence. They've wrestled with their inner shadow. Perhaps they have relied too much on your energy, your attention, or even your validation. So your self-control, which again really shows through a lot of these cards and the amethyst, throws their imbalance into sharp contrast. Think about it. If you're somebody that is very self-controlled emotionally, physically, even through your work or your business, and they're somebody that wastes energy constantly, being around you is really going to highlight that imbalance. So this connection has pushed them to confront their habits, their fears, and even their codependency patterns. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting trust, and it's basil. There's a Scorpio here, some stars, and the number 21. This could even be evil eye right here. So they feel like you are a very trustworthy person as well. You're a very protected person. You're somebody that they can trust when they ask for advice from you. They can trust what you're telling them. They wish that they could trust you more, actually. There's a sense of doubt within their energy as well. They wish that they can trust more of what you tell them. They wish that they can transform more. Again, they do see that you have gone through this major transformation, transmutation, and you're very balanced. But there's something about the differences in your views that is connected to the Hierophant here. Maybe you have different spiritual views that it's hard for them to fully trust. So maybe you try to put them on spiritual knowledge and they don't have that religious background. They don't have that spiritual background. So they may feel like they really have to weigh things up and they want to trust you more, but they don't have that direct experience with the spiritual, so they really have to wrestle with that. They do see you as somebody that is trustworthy and genuine. However, they really do struggle to believe if they're worthy of that steadiness, of that self-confidence that you exude. And the basil energy here really heals their heart and restores faith in regular life. Their lesson through you is really learning to trust again and surrender control. Because I feel they're going through something chaotic or have chaos in their life, and you are a very balanced person, very calm person. So they're just working on trusting themselves more, trusting life more, trying to be less controlling about life, and using you as an inspiration. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting authenticity, number 10 right here. Who I truly am is good indeed. I am authentic in thought, word, and deed. So you have really authentic thoughts that you really tell them, you really try to share with them and help them. You're really, really honest, and you are also authentic in your presentation of yourself. Everything that you say and do is really a true marker of the values that you actually possess. So you don't stray too hard from who you actually are. So what this is telling me is they just see you as something that's really real. You don't fake who you are. What you see is what you get. You really do embody that truth. This card really confirms that your transparency is what sets you apart from others in life. So a lot of people are people pleasers. A lot of people will kind of be indirect with their true words and the actual things that they might feel about other people, but you are a very direct person. And actually, this is what makes them feel self-conscious around you because you are so authentic. They may not feel that way. Maybe they are people pleasers. Maybe they like to blend into the crowd, but they can't really hide behind a mask around you. So their honest thoughts about you is they know the real me. And that scares me. You can see through their phoniness, if they have phoniness in their energy. However, they see you as something that's very authentic. But here's the thing I'm sensing with your energy. You don't like when people are inauthentic. You'd rather somebody just be their true self. And I believe that you are really trying to show and inspire them to be more and more of their true selves. You think that it is just totally possible for them to shine their light in whichever way that they feel, but it's almost like they're minimizing themselves and putting themselves either in a shadow or they're putting themselves in a lower place or lower on the pedestal and just really trying to almost like conform to society or the social norms. So if you're in a group together or some type of project together, I'm sensing, or just any type of group, they almost want to blend in and not really shine their light and show who they really are. And you can really see through that. And they are scared that you can see through that. They know that you're a very authentic person and you're kind of scaring them, quite frankly. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next card. We're getting Sattva. Wow, that is a really beautiful card. So that card is actually talking about purity and clarity. It's Ayurveda term. So this card is really talking about they see you as a strong, calm, and honest person. Someone who has grown a lot and doesn't let anyone shake your peace. You have that purity, you have that clarity. So in their eyes, you've gone through a spiritual transmutation from maybe wounded to wise, from chaos to clarity. And they may still be living in their wounds, they may still be living in their chaos. So that's why they really start to potentially not resonate with you anymore or disconnect with you because you really represent balance between strength, transmutation, compassion, intellect, and even intuition. So you have all of these things. You even exude surrender and sovereignty. So their honest thoughts about you are filled with respect, fascination. However, I'm also sensing perhaps guilt because your evolution has shown them how much an individual can change if they set their mind to it. And I'm really sensing that their energy is quite stuck. I have been sensing that early in the pile. I really sense that they're living in either chaos or crisis at this time. And you're somebody that really inspires them to try to get themselves out of it because they saw you get out of it. So they really do see you as somebody that's peaceful and pure, somebody that keeps their life clean and calm. I feel like this is just the final remark here, that they perceive you as radiant in purity, aligns with your purpose, and whether they feel close to you or distant to you at this time, they really do believe that you're walking on your true path. You have really released toxicity and found stillness in your life. Their unfiltered realization and thoughts about you is you've become the higher version of what they once dreamed of becoming themselves. And that transformation really mirrors back actually their own potential. What they see in their reality is all possibilities for themselves. Maybe they haven't reached that spiritual knowledge yet, but you are definitely somebody that pushes them towards realizing that. So that's actually all I have for you, pile number one. I really loved this reading. This was an amazing reading. Please give me a big like down below if you enjoyed this reading. Comment pile number one to claim this reading or just leave me a comment. It's my favorite thing about the channel. And of course, interacting with this video in any way is going to connect your energy closer and closer to the reading and allow you to claim this energy. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post new pick a card tarot readings just like this one every single week. I hope to see you here again. Until next time, bye, pal one. Hi, pal two. If you chose the Hematoid Quartz, this is going to be your reading. Let's go ahead and get the tarot cards. So we're getting the King of Cups. We're getting the Eight of Pentacles. We're getting the Devil. Okay. We're getting the Two of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Magician. Wow, this is powerful energy. We do have two major arcanas here. All right, before we begin with the tarot cards, let's use the Hematoid Quartz to tell you what they might be thinking and feeling about you. The Hematoid Quartz talks about focus, vitality, and emotional clarity. So you can really be bringing these qualities into their life. They may feel like you're a very focused person, a lot of vitality, and emotional clarity. So they see you as a strong person, grounded, and sharp-minded with this Hematoid Quartz. Someone who really knows what they want and doesn't get easily thrown off by things that are not in alignment. So you really give them this focused but warm energy. So the Hematoid Quartz really blends the clarity of quartz with the fire of hematite. They perceive you as somebody that is radiant, grounded, and unafraid of intensity. You might have fire in your chart because this stone does represent root and solar plexus, also Scorpio and Aries energy, which are both ruled by Mars. So you may have a really strong Mars or fire signs in your chart. Your energy really feels clean to them, decisive, and real. You bring order to chaos, and this person feels like you can cut through emotional fog. They really admire your self-mastery, and they may even feel exposed next to your emotional clarity. Let's go ahead and jump right into the tarot card. So with this King of Cups right here, they definitely think that you have a big heart, but you don't show all of your emotions. You come off as calm even when you have a lot of feelings going on inside. As we can see with the King of Cups card, there is a whole lot going on in this ocean, okay? There is a boat, there is a dolphin, there is a ton of waves, but he is just sitting there very still, very confident, very assured. So the King of Cups is emotionally balanced, compassionate, and diplomatic. This is Libra and Scorpio energy here. So they really see you as somebody that is emotionally intelligent, the type of person that would love deeply but quietly. You have a depth that really commands respect. You balance empathy with boundaries. They are very aware that you won't let anybody manipulate your emotions. To them, you really feel like a safe harbor. They may have taken this for granted at some point. Your emotional maturity really sets the tone for their own introspection. You mirror what real compassion, real love looks like, and that's something that they may deny typically in their life, or they may not be comfortable with the energy in their life. Let's go ahead and move on to the Eight of Pentacles. So with this card, I see that they see you as somebody that has a lot of mastery in your energy, because this card talks about apprenticeship, repetitive tasks, mastery, and skill development. It is Sun in Virgo energy. So this is telling me that maybe they've seen you develop a skill over time, or any type of repetitive task that you do. They see that you're improving steadily on your task. We can see this on a lot of different layers of life. They notice how hard you work on maybe yourself, your goals, or even your healing. They think that you're very serious about improving your life. They have seen those incremental improvements in your life that really add up and compound over time. So this shows that they respect your consistency. They see you as dedicated, maybe even a perfectionist with that Sun in Virgo energy. Someone who puts their heart into everything. Your growth really humbles them because it shows them what discipline should look like. So their honest thought about you is they have been building while I have been avoiding. So they may have not been building anything in their own lives. They may have not been trying to work on themselves or their goals or even trying to heal from their own shadow. But you are somebody that does all those things and you're improving greatly. And this is something that really, really shows how drawn they are to you. So they're really realizing that the effort that you put in really defines who you are as a person. So let's go ahead and move on to the Devil card. So the Devil card is associated with Capricorn energy and Earth energy. So you may have Capricorn in your chart, they may have Capricorn in their chart. And this card is talking about the shadow self, attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, enslavement, and even temptation. As we can see, the Devil has a chain on two people's necks. This really shows that they may see you as somebody that has them in a chokehold energy. They feel very attached to you, maybe even a little bit obsessed with you. You're very hard to forget. So this card really reveals emotional addiction or even a karmic attachment. They may see you as somebody that is desired intensely or that they desire intensely, but they could not control. You have awakens both their desire and their shadow. There's a part of them that clings, craves, or fears losing power when it comes to you. So their honest thought about you when this card comes up is really telling me that you saw sides of them that they have never admitted to anyone. They might project that intensity onto you, seeing you as somebody that is tempting or dangerous, when in truth, you're actually their mirror. You're just living in your own alignment and your light, and for some reason, that triggers something in them. So this attachment really forces them to confront their own imbalances, really setting up the lesson for the next card, the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles tells me a lot of things. It is talking about multiple priorities, time management and prioritization, even adaptability. So it resonates back with the Eight of Pentacles card. The way that I can interpret the Two of Pentacles for this reading is that they feel like they were juggling too much, maybe you and other things, and they couldn't give you their full attention. So for some of you, this could be a love reading, but some of you, this could just be a friendship reading. They are very obsessed or attached with you, but they're also balancing other things in their life, and there may be even chaotic things going on in their life, because as we can see very choppy waters here, we also see very choppy waters here in this card. So there's a lot of almost intense energy coming from the card. They really know that they have struggled with consistency or even emotional prioritization. The devil before this really shows that, and it really shows that they were torn between comfort and growth. The Two of Pentacles is their realization point. They can't keep balancing old habits with this new level of consciousness that you have brought into their life. So you might have inspired them to grow in consciousness or work on themselves. They may now see you actually as the choice that they mishandled. Someone that really deserved stability, attention, and growth, but instead they may have given you chaos. So this reflection really leads us directly into the next card, which is actually a feeling of regret here. So the Three of Swords talks about heartbreak, emotional pain, sorrow, grief, and hurt. On some level, they're hurt, maybe from losing you or realizing that they hurt you on some level. There's a grief here, but also a awareness. They're finally understanding that there is a cost to their behavior. So maybe there have been some toxic behaviors in this connection, and the emotional pain of either losing you or seeing you distance yourself is awakening them. Their honest thought is, I didn't realize how much this would hurt until I lost it, until it was gone. So this heartbreak that they feel feels really self-inflicted, but it is a necessary heartbreak because they are soon to be rebirthing. This pain really becomes the energy that awakens the next card, the Magician. They have what it takes to manifest what they want. This is connected to Mercury and air energy. It does talk about manifestation, resourcefulness, power, inspired action, creativity, and success. They believe that you're very powerful. You can make things happen by just deciding. You are a master at manifesting, and they don't realize that they actually also have that energy inside them, that they can also manifest, that they can also be resourceful. So with this card coming up, it really shows me that they see you as magnetic, resourceful, intentional with your energy. You have taken your pain and turned it either into creation, purpose, or progress. The Magician shows that they feel you're in control now of your own life, using your gifts, your words, your focus to build a better reality for yourself. Their unfiltered thought about you is you are unstoppable. There's an energy of respect, an energy of awe, and even quiet admiration. They quietly and secretly wish that they could be in your energy again. I do not sense that this person is currently in your life in a meaningful sense, or maybe you were more connected in the past than you are now, and they are really missing your energy. They may even be trying to manifest you back into their lives. Let's go ahead and move on. Oh, actually, we are getting the Spirit Guardian of Autumn, which is saying letting go, and the number 35 here, if that's resonant to you. 3 plus 5 is 8, so any of those could resonate with you. And 8 is the number of Scorpio as well, and it's a very karmic number. So maybe this is a karmic relationship that we're talking about here, a karmic friendship, or any type of karmic contract. So with this letting go card coming up, actually they are realizing that it is now time to let go of you, but it is really hard for them to let go of you because maybe you were connected for a long time or you had a deep connection. autumn is the season of surrendering, and they're really learning that holding on to control or guilt or any of these negative feelings only actually ends up hurting them and the connection more. So you really represent and symbolize release, the acceptance of these cycles, of these seasons. They may finally understand that this connection's purpose was actually transformation, transmutation, rebirth, and not control and possession, which we see here in the Devil card. So their inner voice is now saying, if I love them, I must let them go. I must let them be free. Because there's this energy actually coming from the cards of clutching on. So you may have not actually talked to this person in weeks, months, or years, but there's this energy of wanting and pining back and trying to clutch back on, but there's nothing to clutch onto anymore. Maybe they have already learned all the lessons that they need to learn, but they just keep wanting to come back. You may be closed off to their energy. So let's go ahead and move on. We're getting number 32, 3 plus 2 is 5, and then it's Black Cockatoo, awakening and enlightenment. So maybe you brought awakening and enlightenment into their life. I sense, again, chaos in these cards. There's a bit of chaos in their energy. The Devil is here, the chaotic waters in these two cards right here, and also the letting go really shows me there's something here where they have had an aha moment about you. They finally get something that they did not before with this awakening and alignment card. This bird's wisdom is really about awakening through darkness. As you can see, it is nighttime here and it is cloudy. It is not a very clear night, but it is something that really shows maybe they have awakened in the deep of the night while they were thinking about you. They really see the reflection that you showed them. You mirrored to them their shadow and their potential. So the black feathers here really represent mystery, introspection, and rebirth through awareness. So their thoughts and unfiltered realizations about you are, you weren't judging them. You were just trying to show them who they could be. It's almost like you saw who they could be and how they could improve their life before they could see it for themselves. And there could have been a moment where you told them in a very direct way what they need to improve on. Let's go ahead and move on. The next card we're getting is Judge. So I'll read the light and shadow attributes before explaining. So the light attribute says balance, justice, and compassion. Manage the fair distribution of power. And the shadow attribute here says offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. The destructive criticism is really jumping up at me. So maybe the end of this connection had to do something with criticism or just harsh speech. So they see you as somebody that is fair. You want balance and honesty and respect, and you're willing to give those things out as well. So maybe there has been something related to that caused the end of this connection or the distancing of this connection. And they really see you as somebody that has strong morals and discernment. So you hold yourself and others to a high standard. And this is not out of ego, but values and integrity. This is about principle. This person actually might fear your judgment because it forces them to face their own actions, their thoughts, their words, the things that they have done and said to you. Yet deep down, they respect you, that you never stooped as low as them. So their honest and unfiltered thoughts about you when this card comes up for me is, you always did what was right, even when I didn't. So actually I'm getting a vision now. So if this is two people that may have gotten into an argument stemming from criticism, they may have seen you correct them very harshly. However, given them many passes before that. And when I say harshly, you weren't out of line. You were more so just judging the situation at hand, and it was time to correct them. It was time to finally say something to them. And I believe since they got so many passes from me before, that they were taken aback by this for sure. So let's go ahead and move on to the next card. We're getting energy, number 28, and Virgo is here with the sun and a cauldron. So the orange is here as well. So this is really showing me that they think your energy is very bright. They see you having a lot of energy, and you may even dress in very bright colors. They see you as somebody that has your spark. You might have went through a dark phase when this connection was going on, but they see your spark coming back and you're very much glowing again. So they see you as somebody that has a lot of energy and glow to you. So the orange really represents vitality, creativity, and courage. So they may see all those qualities in you, and they feel that your energy has shifted almost as if you've reclaimed your energy and life force from them. They have felt the coldness of you pulling back your energy. So the contrast between their heavy energy and your brightness really shows that there's an energy gap between you now. So they're realizing your peace didn't just happen, you earned it and you caused it for yourself. Meaning, again, if you guys had a problem with destructive criticism and that's why you guys are not talking at this time, you chose peace by cutting them out, by conserving your energy, just pulling your energy away. They may wonder why you have not replied or reached out or talked to them, but the reason is because you choose yourself. You choose your energy, you choose your peace. And actually, I'm seeing the cards here, they're very fall colors. Even we got the autumn card here. So you might represent this person that kind of is able to reflect deeply and very introspective as well. I could definitely see that. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting knowledge. Number 28, 2 plus 8 is 1. It's 10, which is 1. So this is really telling me that you have a lot of knowledge and wisdom in your energy. And the knowledge card says, let me connect above and below. Let the knowledge of ancestors flow. So you may be even very spiritual, honoring your ancestors, maybe connected to the divine with this above and below. So this is really showing me they think that you're very wise. You get it in a way that they either don't or not a lot of people do. And they're trying to get the knowledge that you have given them in the past, but it's taken them a while to really understand. So this card reflects their inner learning through experience. So maybe you were trying to tell them life things, spiritual things, but they didn't actually experience it themselves. So it's a little more difficult for them to grasp it. So they know that you understand life and emotions at a very deep level. The knowledge that you've gained makes you seem very untouchable, not arrogance, but in awareness. You seem to be somebody that is focused on self-growth, self-knowledge, knowing thyself, and you're constantly in this arena of life. You are almost like a student of life, and they see you as somebody that is a teacher as well. You're further in your knowledge and wisdom than they are. So their raw thought of you is that you have evolved past them. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting Kappa. This is actually the Earth dosha. This is a Ayurveda card and it's the earthy dosha, which is grounding, nurturing, and heavy. So with this card here, you're really grounded into your own energy, earth energy. You carry this calmness within you and people naturally gravitate towards you. You're somebody that brings a lot of peace, understanding, and comfort to your community. You're really a shoulder that anybody can lean on and cry on. You embody that earthly wisdom and it's really anchored into your energy. You may be somebody that's very easily able to commit to things and have a really strong stability in your energy as well. You are a true home to the people that are around you. You make people feel safe. You may have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in your energy. They see you as such a calm, nurturing, and safe place, like a home. Kappa energy has that stability written all over it, patience and love. They see you as a grounded presence that has steadied them when life felt chaotic or wild, but they also sense that you're no longer dealing with potentially criticism or negative energy. You accept the natural ebbs and flows of relationships. So if currently you guys are not speaking, they do feel like it is the right thing to do. You wouldn't have cut them out if it wasn't the right thing to do, and they know that. So you really bring this lesson of peaceful detachment to their life, caring without clinging on to anybody. And their honest thought about you when this card comes up is they'll always be a part of my heart, even if we've changed and drifted apart. All in all, this person thinks that you're super strong, calm, and wise. Someone who has grown from your pain and came out more powerful and peaceful. So their honest and unfiltered thoughts about you reveal that they are going through a deep awakening inspired by you. You were both their temptation, which is shown here in the Devil card, and their teacher. You're somebody that showed them what true emotional maturity and self-mastery looks like. Through this connection, they have faced their own addictions, their own negative behaviors and mindsets, judgments, and even their fears. So now they see you as someone who let go with grace, who disconnected with compassion, transmuting that heartbreak into wisdom. They see that you have found peace within yourself and they are inspired by your journey and your connection with them. Their final unfiltered thought is that the connection dissolving is not something that destroyed them, it actually awakened them. That was such a lovely reading, pile number 2. I really do wish the best for you. I see that you are going to continue to your self-growth journey. So that's all I have for you today, pile 2. If you enjoyed this reading, give me a big like down below and a comment pile 2 or whatever resonated with you down below to claim this reading. When you interact with this reading or any reading that you watch, you bring that energy closer to you. So make sure you leave something down below. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post new pick a card tarot readings just like this one every single week. So I hope to see you here again. Until next time, bye, pile 2. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the blue opal here, this is going to be your reading. Let's go ahead and get straight into this tarot cards. 7 of Swords, the Hermit, 5 of Swords, the Chariot, Queen of Wands, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, wow, what a reading. And then let's go ahead and get into the tarot after we touch upon the blue opal. I definitely think with this blue opal that you chose that they see you as a peaceful and kind person, someone who speaks gently but whose words stay with them. You make them feel calm even when things are confusing. The reason why I feel and see this is because the blue opal represents calm, communication, and emotional healing. It's connected to the throat chakra and the third eye, and it's connected to also Cancer, Pisces, and Libra energy. You might be any of those signs or have those signs in your chart, or they may have those signs in their chart. The blue opal really carries that throat and third eye energy. It blends communication and intuition. They see you as an emotionally intelligent and spiritually perceptive person. The kind of person who doesn't just talk, but truly understands, truly hears their intuition. You've taught them the value of clear communication and gentle self-expression. You have really calming energy and you help them quiet their racing thoughts, potentially even release stress, and support their emotional healing. This stone also deepens spiritual awareness. You may have helped them more so with growing their awareness. Also, just because you are a soft, kind person doesn't mean that you're weak. It's a strength to be gentle, kind, and soft the way that you are. They sense that you have this inner peace and wish that they could match that inner peace. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot now. With the 7 of Swords starting first, this is actually talking about things like betrayal, deception, getting away with something, and acting strategically. This is Moon in Aquarius energy. They feel like they weren't fully honest with you about something, or maybe they even hid parts of themselves when it comes to you. This card is really showing an avoidance and even hidden motives. They know that they were not transparent with you, whether it was out of their own fear, shame, or self-protection. This card is really showing me that their honest thought about you was, I underestimated their intuition, because you saw more than they showed. You were able to see right through them, but I'm sensing that you did still respond in your regular way, which is more kind, peaceful, and gentle, but you can be firm when needed. That realization of what they've done is now humbling them. They may have tried to get away with something, even something such as emotional distance, but your perception and intuition expose their truth. In a practical sense, what this means is maybe if you were having a conversation and they were saying underhanded things, you were able to catch that and not in a vindictive way project that back at them because they were seemingly trying to get away with something or acting strategically towards you, but you aren't somebody that plays those games. It seems as though you had very clear communication, calm communication about your boundaries. I'm definitely seeing that here. This self-awareness leads them inwards, right into the Hermit. The Hermit card is telling me that they have actually been alone a lot, thinking about you and thinking about what has happened between you two. This card is connected to Virgo energy and Earth energy. It talks about soul searching, introspection, being alone, inner guidance, healing, and self-exploration. All of these things are positive. Everyone needs to go through a hermit phase in their life or even multiple times in their life. This card is representing and showing me that this person has entered a phase of deep introspection. You have triggered a spiritual awakening through this person. I don't think it's through drama because of the blue opal and the other cards here, but it seems like you pulled away your energy. They are awakening through your silence. They now understand the weight of their choices, their words, and their actions. The Hermit really shows that they're soul searching and guided by a memory of your words and your light. Their unfiltered thought is, I needed space to see what you were really trying to teach. This internal processing is exposing their own ego conflicts, which is shown here in the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is actually Venus in Aquarius energy, a good amount of Aquarius here with these two cards. This card talks about conflict, disagreements, competition, defeat, and winning at all costs. With these two cards, is showing me that there has been some underhanded plays here in this connection, but you don't stoop to their level. 100% you will not stoop down to their level. This is showing me that they regret any arguments or power plays or even cold behavior that has happened between you two. They know that they have acted defensively. For some reason, they have acted that way towards you, giving you weird energy, and they sense that you have shut them out cold with your energy. You're not playing these games with them, and I really sense that. I'm starting to get a warmth in my chest and throat, which means that you did hold back a bit of anger or frustration at them, but that's not your natural self. They almost took you out of character, but instead you just pull away your energy. This card really reveals their own inner conflict and guilt. They're realizing that winning at all costs at the time really hurt this connection and the trust in this connection. You represented truth in this connection, you represented control in this connection, and now their mind is replaying the moments where they chose their own pride over vulnerability and connection. Their honest thought is, I hurt somebody who only ever spoke the truth. I tried to undermine somebody that only ever showed me kindness and truth. So their need for redemption really brings in the next movement, which is the Chariot. The Chariot is Cancer energy, water energy. It talks about control, willpower, success, action, determination, victory, and a journey. The Chariot card really tells me that they want to move forward, but this time with more clarity and self-control. I just heard I need to control that mouth. Maybe they said something really out of hand with you and you just pulled away your energy. The Chariot is really showing me that they're regaining that emotional direction right now after a confusing time with you. You really inspire them to take charge of their own growth. You have inspired them to dig deep inside themselves and realize why things might come up. Your strength and calm communication really help them realize their true power does not need forced, because of the way that you speak, you don't need to force anything. You could say something in 1 or 2 lines and they know exactly what you're trying to get at. And this is something that actually inspires them. Their honest thought about you with this card coming up is they moved on with grace and I need to catch up to their level. This self-awareness shifts their admiration towards your fiery confidence, which is shown here with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is courage, confidence, independence. She's a social butterfly and she's very determined. The Queen of Wands shows me that they see you as confident, magnetic, and glowing. They can't help but notice your energy. You're the type of energy that when you walk into the room, everybody does notice you. Everyone says and sees. Everyone is thinking, who is that? They see you as somebody who commands attention through your own authenticity. You're radiant, independent, and unapologetically yourself. Their unfiltered thought about you is that you've stepped into your power and you look amazing and incredible doing that. There's attraction here, pride, and even a little bit of intimidation. Your confidence really reminds them what they could have had if they had been nicer, kinder, more brave, had better communication as you do. Their admiration has now turned inward, which is leading us to the final crossroads, which is the 2 swords right here. As you see, they're blindfolded. There might have been this sense of them feeling blindfolded when they were doing an interaction with you and when they said the wrong thing towards you. This shows me that they're still unsure what to do. Part of them does want to reach out, but part of them is scared. For some of them, you may have withdrawn your energy so much that they can't even reach you, meaning that you may have blocked them. I'm definitely seeing that here for some of these situations. The 2 of Swords really shows an indecision rooted in emotion. They're torn between acting on their intuition, which is blue opal energy, and staying guarded and putting that wall up. They know silence isn't peace, it's avoidance. They may be avoiding the situation. Their honest thought is, if I reach out, will they even want to hear from me? They may be waiting for a sign, yet deep down they know the choice is theirs and not yours. It seems like they are in the wrong about something, or they did something to damage this connection. They need to build the courage up to try to rectify it if that is what they want. This card is connected to Moon and Libra energies. They may really be feeling indecisive and constantly going through the options again and again. Let's go ahead and move on to the next card. We're getting Trust, Crystal Cave, and we have number 9 here. They may be working with crystals, or maybe you inspired them to get into crystals, or you're into crystals. But this is telling me that they're really learning to trust in life, in love, and maybe even in this connection again. So this cave really represents faith in the unseen. I feel like you taught them what real trust actually is. It's not just blind faith, but an intuitive surrender to what is resonant and right for you. You embody this patience and spiritual maturity that they have not encountered before. They now realize that your silence was never a rejection of them. It was divine timing and divine justice for the situation at hand. Their unfiltered realization is you trusted life, you trusted the process while they were trying to control it, and not much trusting of life and what life has to hold. So go ahead and move on. We're getting Whale, Tradition and Family, number 26 here, which adds up to 8. Any of those could resonate with you. Actually, this might be a family relationship that we're talking about here. This is really telling me that either you guys are family, or they think of you as somebody that values family, traditions, loyalty, connection, and all of those things. The whale actually really carries ancestral wisdom. This card is showing me that they see you as somebody that is very emotionally deep and rooted. You remind them of what home feels like, if you guys are family or even if you guys are not, even if they couldn't sustain the relationship at the time. Your emotional intelligence and compassion feel ancient to them, almost as if you carry many lifetimes in your back pocket. You carry this energy of healer. You carry this energy of being from a generation of healers. The thought about you is that you're the kind of person to build a life with or beside. And let's go ahead and move on. We're getting an archetype card, which is the Exorcist. I'll read the light and shadow attribute. The light attribute says freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. And the shadow attribute says fear of facing your own demons. Actually, I'm sensing that's them. Maybe you showed them a bit of their demons and they had a fear of it when it came up. This card is connected to shamans. This is telling me that they think you help them face parts of themselves that they were scared to address. This archetype is really potent, very strong in the reading. You forced their shadow into light. They are realizing and regretting things that they have done in this connection. It could be as simple as saying something to you or revealing something to you, such as their shadow, before they were ready to actually even face that shadow. An example of that is maybe this person is an oversharer and they shared sensitive information about themselves that they didn't actually realize showed a huge shadow in their energy. You responded in a way where you were able to show their shadow very clearly to them, and they may feel very uncomfortable about that. They know your energy exposed something destructive within them. It could be destructive impulses, it could be their avoidance, or it could even be their negative mindset or fear of intimacy. Instead of punishing them, you purified their energy by walking away with integrity and showing them a mirror. You were a catalyst for their emotional cleansing. There's honest and unthought filters about you when this card comes up is they exercise the worst in me by showing me my shadow without judgment. There was a way, I'm seeing like a mirror, two people facing each other, but except there's a mirror between them, showing one way out to one person. The expression on these people's faces are quite neutral, but it does show me that there has been something shown to this person through you as a mirror. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting Grounding, Potato, Virgo here, 2, 3 stars, a sun and a moon, number 5 as well, if any of those elements are resonant to you. With this grounding card, it really shows me that they actually feel calmer and more stable when they're around you or when they think about you. Even if this connection is currently distanced and you're not in any type of talking phase right now, when they think back to your connections or your energy, you're a very grounding force for them. Maybe advices that you've given to them in the past are really popping up in their memory again and again. They really appreciate the things that you've told them in the past. You really represent balance and safety You represent this person who showed them and helped them reconnect to their own reality when their emotions were running wild. Even from afar, if you are no longer connected, your grounded energy really lingers in their minds. They see you as that grounding. That doesn't mean control, but it means presence. You are really present in their life at the time until they cross some type of line with you. I'm really sensing that here. They feel your influence whenever they start to slow down and choose that peace over chaos. Because you show them that level of spirituality, it really shows them what is possible when you decide to choose peace, when you decide to choose tranquility. You may have even put this person on meditation or some type of spiritual practice, because what I'm really seeing in my mind's eye is this person has maybe seen you for a long time, been connected to you for a long time. They've seen how your energy has matured. Let's go ahead and move on. We're getting the friendship cards, number 14 here. 1 + 4 is 5. And it says, bring to me friendship true, sharing laughter, understanding too. For some of you, you guys were friends, or maybe even for some of you, of course, you were romantic partners. But this is showing me that they just simply miss being close to you, even just talking to you and having a friendship with you. It seems like they were shut out in the cold with you a bit from whatever happened or whatever conspired between you two. But they really just feel, with this card coming up, that they value the genuine bond that you share beyond romance. For some of you, if you are in a romantic connection, they also saw you as a great friend. If this is not romantic for some of you and it's truly a friendship, then they value that genuine bond. But it seems as if it's a little bit distanced now or squandered. You may have been their confidant, somebody that they really were able to confide in, their calm in a storm. They realized they lost not just a lover or a love interest, but a true friend. And for some of you, if it's just a friend the whole time, then they lost somebody that's very true. Their unfiltered thought about you is that they wish you were still connected and they wish that you were still friends and talking at this time. I actually would like to roll the astro dice for this pile and see if we can get any other messages about what their honest and unfiltered thoughts about you are. Ooh, gosh, we're getting third house Scorpio and Sun. I'm really sensing that they wish they could communicate to you some very deep and transformative things. Maybe they have come to some deep realizations. Maybe they have even transformed the energy very much since the last time we spoke or connected. And they wish they could share that with you. They wish they could share their new radiance with you, all the lessons that they have learned. But at this time, communication is limited. They even maybe have considered writing you a text or a letter or message of some sort, but deleting it, because I definitely see that as well. They're trying to just rebalance themselves, regain their confidence before reaching out again. Well, let's go ahead and move on. We're getting a deity card. It's Saraswati. This is the goddess of creativity, intuition, and insight. With this card coming up, they see you as somebody that is very inspiring, creative, and wise, almost as if you're connected deeply with your higher self and the divine. Saraswati really represents divine speech and artistic flow. They feel like you can channel beauty and wisdom effortlessly, and you've likely inspired them to be more creative or more spiritual. They really see you as a person who speaks truth through your art, through your emotions, or just simply your words. Their honest thought about you here is your energy awakens my inspiration, even when we're apart. It doesn't matter how long it's been since you talk or how distant you are at this time, you have still inspired them. You have still shown them what true friendship is and really have helped them try to increase their own intuition in their lives. All in all, they really think that you're a peaceful person, a confident person, and deeply wise. Someone who brought calm and understanding into their life, and they really miss your honesty and your friendship. This connection was about truth and transformation. You were their mirror that really revealed their hidden shadow sides, your calm voice that broke their defenses, and a teacher who modeled trust, communication, and creative flow. Now they see you as a spiritual muse, the one that showed them how to listen to their intuition and have faith in life. What I can really see them thinking about you, an unfiltered thought about you, is that you spoke to their soul and they're still learning how to answer. There is regret in the energy here if you are no longer connected, but this person really feels like the energy is flowing like a river and that they can make the improvements that is needed for you to trust them again and maybe even build the friendship back up. Pile 3, that's actually all I have for you today. If you enjoyed this reading, give me a big like down below and a comment down below, Pile 3, or what you resonated in this reading. I love to see your comments, and you interacting with this video brings the energy closer to you. So make sure you interact below. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I post new pick a card tarot readings just like this one every single week. I hope to see you here again soon. Until next time, bye, Pile 3. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose the green calcite, this is going to be your reading. Let's go ahead and get the tarot cards. 7 of Cups, Queen of Wands, ooh, 3 of Cups, 9 of Cups, wow, lots of cups, 9 of Coins, and the 10 of Coins. Wow, what a lovely reading. So before we dive into the tarot, let's go ahead and talk about the green calcite and why you might have been drawn to this stone and what their unfiltered thoughts are of you with this stone here. So with the green calcite here, it is talking about renewal, balance, and emotional release. They see you as healing, they see you as calm, and they see you as full of good energy. Someone who really brings peace wherever you go. You make them feel lighter and more hopeful when they think about you. This stone is connected to the heart chakra and Cancer and Virgo energy. You may have Cancer or Virgo in your chart, or they may have Cancer or Virgo in their chart. So this is telling me the green calcite's heart-centered energy really mirrors how they see you. You are emotionally generous, balanced, soft, yet powerful. You have released pain and turned it into compassion, which they find both comforting and really humbling, because maybe they have not been able to release their own pain to turn into compassion. So to them, you really embody this emotional intelligence and forgiveness, and really a proof that renewal is real. Your energy feels like this deep exhale after chaotic times or a storm. So let's now dive straight into the tarot cards and how they are feeling and thinking about you. With this 7 of Cups here, this is showing me they felt like they were confused either about you or unsure about what they wanted in terms of this connection. Maybe they had too many options or even distractions when it comes to you. 2:22 on the clock right now. So either this was romantic or platonic. However, their connection with you is sacred to them. The 7 of Cups is really showing that they were overwhelmed by emotion or even fantasy. They couldn't see clearly what was in front of them. You represented something that they idealized or put on a pedestal. You were very emotionally rich. However, they got lost in illusion or fear of choosing wrong. So they may have not chose any option. And this could simply mean the option to connect more with you, talk to you more, or disconnect from you and talk to you less. This could talk about entering a serious relationship with you or serious friendship with you, deepening the friendship. They didn't know what to choose. And their honest thought about you is, I was caught up in my own fog, while it seemed like you already knew your truth. So that confusion contrasts beautifully with the clarity that is in the next card, the Queen of Wands. They see you as somebody that's confident, glowing, and self-assured. You truly stand out from everyone else. The Queen of Wands is talking about courage, confidence, independence. She is a social butterfly and very determined. And this is really how they picture you. Magnetic, in your power, and fully aware of your own self-worth. Your self-belief really shines, and they can't help but admire it. Everyone around you admires your Queen of Wands energy. You radiate both warmth and independence. They see that you are a special individual, and they feel very proud yet intimidated by you. It seems as if you are thriving without them, and the Queen of Wands really shows that you're no longer waiting for validation from them because you have it within yourself. You are your own fire. Their unfiltered thoughts about you is that you are thriving with or without them. 4:44 on the clock right now as I say that. So this confident energy here, the Queen of Wands, really connects us to the 3 of Cups, which is talking about joy and connection. So the 3 of Cups talks about celebration, friendship, creativity, and collaborations. So this is telling me that they see you as surrounded by people who truly love you. You seem very happy and very celebrated. You seem to be somebody that celebrates with your friends a lot or hangs out with your friends a lot. And they think of you as someone who uplifts others, which is why you have so many people around you. You are somebody who has learned to find happiness in community. And there's a real sense of admiration here with this card coming up. It's as if you rebuilt your circle and found real emotional fulfillment in the circle and beyond them as well. This may actually also hint at jealousy. They may feel replaced or even left behind in your joy. If you are no longer connected or no longer friends or in any type of relationship, their honest thought is us no longer being friends or connected did not make them fall apart. It seems as if they became more connected to people that aligned more with them and they became more alive. So they're watching you from afar, hanging out with potentially even new people, but you seem to be in a celebratory phase. Maybe you go to concerts a lot, maybe you go to various different parties or celebrations. And they see you as somebody that's truly thriving, somebody that's a true social butterfly, and they are missing your energy in their life at this time. Seeing you happy simultaneously opens their heart, makes them feel warm, but also gives this yearning feeling of no longer being in your life. So this really leads us to the next card, which is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups talks about contentment, satisfaction, gratitude, and a wish come true. This is Jupiter and Pisces energy. Jupiter also rules over Pisces, so this is a very happy card. This shows me that they think you're content and confident, as if you got everything that you've ever wanted. They could also see you maybe in a new relationship if this is somebody you were connected to in the past. This could have been also somebody that has not made this relationship blossom as it should have. Maybe they walked away from the connection before anything really developed with this Seven of Cups here. So now they see you in a different relationship and different connections as well. You're just really shining with or without them. And it's really starting to make them feel like they miss you and they're reflecting on your times together. With this Nine of Cups here, they really see you as somebody that's emotionally self-sufficient, somebody that is resilient and able to heal, someone who no longer needs outside validation, because this is wish fulfillment energy. So you became the version of yourself that you wanted to be. You dreamt it and then you became it. To them, you really embody peace, independence, and gratitude. Their raw thought is, you are truly happy, and I'm both aching and proud. So your self-fulfillment really makes them reflect on what they could have built with you, leading into the 9 and 10 of coins. We'll address these individually, but it is very interesting that we got simultaneous cards. The 9 of coins is Venus and Virgo energy, and it talks about abundance, luxury, self-sufficiency, and financial independence. This is showing me that they think you're successful and stable all on your own. Maybe you're doing well financially or in your career. This is somebody that knows that you do not rely on other people for finances. You're somebody that can attract that very well in your own life. They might even feel like you would have been somebody that would have been very beneficial to build empire with. They see you as somebody who has created abundance through your skills and through grace and your creativity and not greed. The energy here gives a level of perfection. Maybe you have perfected your craft or got really high in your career field. You have independence, beauty, and security. To them, you are proof that hard work and self-respect truly pay off. Their honest and unfiltered thoughts about you is that they feel like you become grounded and free with full autonomy in your life, which is qualities they may have lacked in their own lives. You've built a life that you have always pictured with your own two hands, and that is something that they can really respect and admire. This admiration that is coming here culminates in a long-term vision, which is the 10 of coins. The 10 of coins is Mercury and Virgo energy. This is talking about wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, and contribution. They see you as someone that they could have built an empire with, a future with, a real lasting one. This card is legacy, stability, and emotional safety. They imagine what it would have been like to grow with you, build a life with you, to share a life with you, that it was grounded in love and purpose, family building. Whether or not it's possible now, the idea still comes up when they think about you. Their honest thought seems to be that you were the one that got away and that you had forever energy. There could have been something real built here, 11:11 on the clock. You might have even been their wish come true, but they seem to have squandered it. And now it seems like they have to move on without you, and they see you moving on without them. You're just as confident as ever. You're still full of friendships and fulfillment. You may be in a new relationship and you're just also building your bag. You are just doing it all, and they are really deep in illusion at this time. All right, let's go ahead and move on. We're getting air spirit knowledge number 1. So you're very independent. You might be somebody that jumps from friendships to friendships too, as in you're able to easily make friends and connect with a lot of different people and stay connected to people. Another thing that's coming up is I feel like for you, sometimes you don't end friendships or even connections. You just distance yourself, you talk less, you no longer show up for them in the same regard that you did before. And they may have access to you still because you didn't fully cut them out, but it also shows that you're putting your energy where your energy is more appreciated. So with this air spirit card, it really also shows that they see you as wise and thoughtful, especially with your energy and your energy dispersion, meaning you will put your energy towards things that actually feed you and bring you positivity. So you are someone who actually thinks before speaking and acting, and you also seem to know a lot and know what's right. You have become the voice of reason in their life, even from afar. Just the way that you live your life and the knowledge you possess and how you act in life is really inspiring them. The air element also ties to communication and mental clarity. So those are qualities they associate with you as well. You might have had lots of deep talks or communication when you were connected, and you seem to be somebody that's really mentally clear about your values in life, which is your friendships, which is meaningful relationships, and building something lasting. We all live on this earth plane, right? We all live on a physical plane where we need to earn a living. All of us do. And if you're just way too spiritual and you don't really want to interact with life, that's not going to really work out well. So it seems like you're somebody that knows a lot of different spiritual things, but you also are a practical person that can execute in the career field. So you really embody this balance between intellect and emotion. Their realization is they've always understood me. I just wasn't ready to listen. It seems like you have tried to give them this knowledge, but they either denied it or did not resonate with it at the time. The only space from you actually helped them with that breakthrough, with that mental clarity, because only through separation were they able to process the things that you were giving them. So let's go ahead and move on. We're getting Phoenix. Wow, another one. So your energy is very independent. They see you as very self-reliant. And this says Phoenix, rebirth, absolute transformation. They may have seen you go through major rebirth, major transformation. They thought that the ending of this friendship or relationship may have broken you, but you did not break at all. You seem to have rebirthed almost instantly. So they know that you have changed and in a very powerful way. This confirms that they see you as a completely reborn person. The old version of you, the one that they may have been connected to in the past, or may have tolerated confusion or chaos, is gone. You have now emerged as your most authentic self. They feel in awe of you, maybe even in disbelief at your transformation. Their honest thoughts about you is they arise from the ashes and now they are truly stronger than ever. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. We're getting Hermit. So the light attribute for Hermit says, seek solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. So they could see you as somebody that went into solitude for a moment after this connection or any time that you need it to build on yourself and your inner life and even maybe get more creative. And then the shadow attribute here says withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgment of others, refusing to help those in need. Let's dive into this. So they really think that you have been in your own world in the past or lately and maybe focused on yourself or your own growth. Even though they see you as somebody that connects very well and maybe in a new relationship, they do know that you went through a period of time where you did have to focus on yourself. They sense that you have introspection abilities and also spiritual discipline. You have withdrawn from superficial connections to cultivate that wisdom within you. To them, the solitude means that you have been even more magnetic. You're no longer seeking attention, you're only seeking alignment. And that's what a hermit phase will show to you, or anybody that goes into a hermit phase. You will know more and more about yourself and your values and your inner true self. They understand now that the distance between you two was not a punishment, it was evolution on both parts. Both people were meant to evolve through this disconnection, and their thought is they don't chase, they attract. I sense that everything that you've attracted into your life thus far is because you know when to go into those hermit modes and reflect on your life and know what is serving you versus what is not serving you. So let's go ahead and move on. We're getting abundance, grape. And there is a number 23 here. 2 plus 3 is 5. If any of those resonate with you. This card shows me that you have abundance in a lot of different levels. They see you as truly surrounded by many blessings. Your life looks very full and beautiful. This card symbolizes gratitude and manifestation. They feel like you're in your harvest season, enjoying the results of your emotional and spiritual work. You seem very resilient, unbreakable. It's as if everything you have lost has returned to you in a greater form, tenfold. Their honest and unfiltered thought about you when this card comes up is your glow up was cosmic justice, divine justice. It's almost as if, on a darker note, for some of them that have disconnected with you, they almost were wishing that you would have showed a little bit more weakness or confusion, because it seems like they had a lot of confusion and illusion in their energy, and they may have even been showing this. But you're like a phoenix rising from the ashes. You will go into your hermit mode when you need to gain more and more knowledge, and you will come out even more abundant than you were before. Not only financially, but in relationships. You have your relationships in check and your finances in check. And you're also very creative and magnetic and fiery. So they see you as a very well-rounded person, a very abundant person. Let's go ahead and get the next card here. We're getting number 26, true love come to me. True love shall come to me. As I do, so mote it be. 2 plus 6 is also 8, if any of those resonate with you. This is such a lovely card. So for some of you, this is an old romantic connection that may have never fully blossomed, and they thought that you might have been down bad after it, but you just kept on. You just kept going on with your life. So if you were looking for a relationship and this person was not giving you true commitment, you weren't lingering on their energy. You just centered yourself, maybe went to a hermit period, and let true love come to you. And you were able to find a relationship that was true emotional fulfillment here with the 9 of Cups. So I really sense that they believe that you're meant to find your true love. Maybe they even feel like you already have with the 9 of Cups here. They think about the regrets that they have when it comes to your love connection. This shows their deep awareness that you attract love very effortlessly, new relationships very effortlessly. They may secretly hope to be the one who returns to you renewed, but they know that you would only accept genuine and aligned love. So to them, actually, you are what true love looks like. Open-hearted, yet self-respecting. Their honest and unfiltered thoughts about you when this card comes up is that you taught them what real love means. That is so beautiful. They have such high thoughts about you. They're just full of these illusions or even regrets about not making a decisive decision about you when you were active in their life. Let's go ahead and get the last card. It says Dharna. This is a yoga card, and this is actually talking about focused concentration. It's one of the 8 stages of yoga, and it's talking about a single focused concentration. They believe that you are really focused right now, maybe on your work, your goals, your personal life, or something in love. When you focus your mind on one goal, you're also able to transform, which really ties back to the Phoenix energy. But it seems like they see you as somebody that has laser sharp purpose and focus. They see you as someone that no longer, or maybe never did, scatter your energy. You have chosen your path and you are committed to your path. You embody self-mastery. They're very impressed, likely even inspired by you and your consistency. Their honest and unfiltered thought about you here is that you are unstoppable when you set your mind to something. All in all, Pile 4, this was a lovely reading. They see you as confident, happy, and successful. Someone who has healed, grown, and is surrounded by love and abundance in a lot of different fields in your life, not just financially, not just mentally, emotionally, relationally. You are truly abundant and blessed. Their honest thoughts are filled with awe and acceptance of you. You've become the living embodiment of rebirth, releasing what no longer serves you, balancing your mind and your heart, and rising stronger through every single challenge that you face. You have shown them what it really means to evolve without any bitterness, how to let go without any resentment. They see you as a mirror of their potential, and their greatest lesson is unconditional love and self-worth. I believe their final, honest, and unfiltered thought about you is you didn't just move on, you became everything that you were meant to be. That's actually all I have for you today, pile number 4. What a lovely reading. They think honestly very highly of you. Please give me a big like down below if you enjoyed this reading. Of course, comment down below, pile 4, or what resonated with you. When you interact with this video, the energy will be pulled more towards you. So make sure you interact below. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I post new pick a card tarot readings just like this one every single week. I hope to see you here again soon. Until next time, bye, pile 4.